While acute shortage of beds, medical equipment and doctors are hampering the management of a deadly virus, WhatsApp University is doing brisk business during this pandemic. Prescriptions for treatment come dime a dozen on WhatsApp groups, ranging from home remedies to Ayurveda and Unani prescriptions to audio and video advices by our so-called Google certified doctors. Don't believe everything you read. That's why we are here to help. Today we have a real doctor with us. Dr. Marcus Ranney, who is from Mumbai, is here to bust a few common but outrageous myths surrounding the coronavirus, its vaccination, medication and more. He and his wife are also running a citizen-led initiative called Meds for More, where they donate unused and leftover COVID medicines for free to people in need. So what are we waiting for? Let's hear it from the man himself about the 5 biggest myths he has heard during this pandemic.
You don't need an RT-PCR test after you've recovered from COVID-19 to let yourself go out. This is something which we were trying to practice right at the beginning of the virus, but we've now understood that it's not really required. If you've completed the 14 days of self-isolation, if you've had 7 days of symptom-free relief, then you've completed the amount of time that's required. So you don't need to have that second RT-PCR test. No, it won't. Yes, it can cause local effects, it can cause systemic effects. Your arm may be heavy, your arm may hurt, you may develop a bit of a fever, body ache, etc. But in the long run, at the population level, the effect of the vaccine is actually there to protect you from COVID-19. And so many studies, including the CDC report and the latest scientific publication by the Apollo Health Group in India, have showcased just how effective these vaccines are in reducing the severity and the mortality associated with COVID-19. No, you don't. HRCT is not a diagnostic. It is to be used in people that clinicians are concerned about when they move from mild to moderate respiratory forms of the disease. If the pneumonia is beginning to get worse, if your shortness of breath is getting worse, if your oxygen level is reducing and a doctor is considering starting you on a more aggressive form of therapy, including the addition of oxygen, that is when the HRCT is most applicable and effective. Again, it is not the ultimate drug. The study conducted by the WHO, which was spoken about a few months ago, have showcased that Remdesivir is helpful in a certain group of people in reducing the amount of hospital stay. It reduces the number of days a person stays in hospital. It has almost no effect on the mortality, and it's definitely something that doesn't need to be given to everyone in mild and moderate disease. SARS-CoV-2 is a single-stranded RNA virus. It's not a bacteria. Antibiotics are used for bacteria. Unless you are concerned that your patient or you are suffering from a secondary bacterial infection, there is no efficacy in taking any of the antibiotics, whether it's ivermectin, whether it's AZ500, whether it's augmentin, whether it's doxycycline. Please do not. All you're doing is you're contributing to the antibiotic resistance that we're seeing in the world and potentially giving a patient an increased risk of an adverse event to those antibiotics. My name has been Doc M. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Do like and share this video if you like it, and do subscribe to Edexlive.